Good evening to you. I'm meteorologist Vanessa Murdock here in CBS New York Weather Center to bring you the latest on this torrential rainfall that we continue to experience. Hence a red alert in effect now through midnight with continuing rounds of heavy rain, gusty winds, and a few rumbles of thunder, which many of us have already heard this evening. Localized flooding happening now as we speak. In fact, there is a flood advisory in effect up the Hudson through the city, portions of northeastern New Jersey as well. Monmouth County, not quite northeast, right? Middlesex as well. You are included in this flood advisory. We had a thunderstorm roll through the region, dropping a half an inch to 3/4 of an inch of rain per hour, hence the flood advisory. So many places, roadways, the usual spots experiencing flooding right now. If you're heading out soon, please note those roadways are sodden. As we look at rainfall totals around the region, they continue to climb. As of 6 p.m. now, Brick, New Jersey, over 6 inches, approaching 6 1/3, over 5 1/2 in Brooklyn Heights. Harrison, New Jersey has picked up over 4 1/2. Matawan, New Jersey approaching the 3 3/4 inch mark. Staten Island right about 3 1/2, and in Central Park almost 3 1/2 as well. And by the time all is said and done, which will be after midnight, we will certainly be above the 3 1/2 inch mark in the park. What can you expect moving forward? Rain heavy at times through this evening into the midnight hour. That flood risk continues, especially across New Jersey. In fact, there's a flood watch there in effect until roughly midnight. Coastal flooding is possible, and it is possibly happening right now. Winds will be ramping up, driving water over land. So couple that with falling rain, and we're looking at the usual spots along our shorelines. Likely flooding, minor flooding expected. And then as far as the thunderstorm activity is considered, the severe risk is low. However, it is still going to be a situation where thunderstorms will produce torrential rain, as we've witnessed already, and of course, lightning and some gusty winds. As we look at what's rolling through the region right now, it is a lot of heavy rainfall and a little bit of thunderstorm action, especially to the north of the city and to the east, rolling over the sound. We're going to zoom on in right now. Here is the storm cell, the lightning that you see. This is the storm that produced the flood advisory, because as it rolled through, it dumped a lot of rain. So we do watch this. This is going to continue to push to the north, bringing with it a little bit of thunderstorm activity. It will be in Somers at 6:15, Carmel at 6:26, Carmel, 6:40 in Wappinger, 6:52, Poughkeepsie, 7:06 in Esopus, and Kingston at 7:18. Now, what we have noted is the amount of lightning with this thunderstorm has dropped off. So hence it is likely a weakening cell, but nonetheless, you're going to continue to get some heavy rain, as you already are, all the way up through this lower Hudson River Valley. As we take a look at what's happening just on the north shore of the island here, Oyster Bay over towards Smithtown, we see some heavier rainfall, lightning. This is also lifting north over the sound, heading towards Stamford, so a little bit of lightning action heading your way. And then as we look around the region, we've got some heavy rain rolling over Staten Island right now, pushing through the harbor. So another round rolling into Brooklyn, Manhattan, very soon of heavier rainfall as opposed to the lighter variety. And then we see one more batch of some pretty powerful stuff from Passaic County up through Sussex. This all also moving north. So for those of you in Monroe, you're thinking, hey, maybe this light rain is going to stick around. No, it's going to get perpetually heavier over the next hour or so as that batch of rain rolls your way. Heavier rain. Big system. It's actually 2 areas of low pressure. The first lifting through right now, the second spinning out to our west. This is the system that rolls through tonight. And then for the next few days, we're going to be basically stuck in the mix of clouds and sun and a chance for showers thanks to that dwindling low pressure system. It's basically just going to hang overhead and continue to haunt us for a few days. So hour by hour tonight, first system's rolling on through, second of the weekend, first of today, and then we watch it as it rolls through toward the midnight hour. We're going to continue to see rounds of rain, maybe some more thunderstorms out there. Again, the risk of severe thunderstorms is low for us. As we look closer to midnight, notice how the wet weather is now lifting up and out of here, so that's the good news. We're going to start your Monday off with sunshine. However, because of the ample amount of rainfall, we do expect still some residual ponding on roadways. And at this point in time, maybe some of our rivers are having challenges as well, reaching minor flood stage. Something to keep in mind as we roll through the afternoon, we say goodbye to the sun and welcome back the clouds and a slim chance for showers tomorrow afternoon. It's not going to feel anything like today did, but nonetheless, we still have a chance again tomorrow for a passing shower, and the story does not change much for Tuesday. A mix of sun and clouds, and yet again, a chance for wet weather. But the brunt of the activity rolled through yesterday, and again, we're experiencing right now. Through tomorrow morning, maybe another We're dropping these numbers, so that's nice. We're getting closer to that quarter inch to maybe still another inch and a half, 2 inches as we push toward and beyond the midnight hour. As for wind gusts, right now, most spots are seeing 25 to 30 mile per hour gusts. As we push through the overnight, we do expect them to get more challenging and powerful, possibly gusting up to 40 miles per hour along the coastline, maybe an isolated 50. It's a possibility. Tomorrow through the day, the winds will begin to subside, but it's still a breezy start to your work week. Talking a little bit more about the flooding opportunities out there, here's the flood watch in effect for the entirety of the Garden State. This includes areas in New York State as well, Sullivan, Ulster, Orange, and Rockland County. This is outside of the flood advisory currently in effect. As we talk about the coastal flooding situation, Ocean County here, your advisory is in effect until 10 p.m. The possibility of a half a foot of water being pushed over land. All the areas in the more subdued shade of green. This is a statement. It's very similar in its functionality. Also here, an opportunity for about a half foot of water in the usual spots to be pushed over land. The flood statement, though, is in effect until just 7 o'clock. So we've got just an hour left on that one. Now, let's talk a little bit more about the severe threat risk. This storm system caused a slew of challenges for Florida yesterday. And as it's lifted up, the severe threat has lifted into the mid-Atlantic. But then as it pushes north, that risk subsides. So for us, a few more regular variety, garden variety thunderstorms as the system rolls through past the midnight hour. Here we go. Tonight, 50 degrees is where we bottom out. It's heavy rain until midnight and even a little beyond north of the city. Tomorrow, 63 degrees is where we top out. We'll start with sun. We'll see those clouds start to build into the midday and persist through the afternoon. We'll get a few showers in the mix. Again, it is breezy to start your work week. Now, the extended forecast, nothing to write home about until next weekend. For Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we're going to drop the numbers down into the mid and upper 50s. Chance of showers every single day. Things start to improve on Friday. Then it's 62 degrees with a 20% chance of showers. Next Saturday and Sunday looking phenomenal as of now, with highs in the mid-upper 60s and even low 70s. A ton of sun then. So things looking really good for your extended forecast. But now until midnight, folks, it is that red alert in effect. Please expect rounds of heavy rain, gusty winds, rumbles of thunder, localized flooding. So we have the flood advisory in effect right now until 6:30. And guess what? At 6:30, we'll be back here live with CBS2 News. We hope you'll join us then. Thank you so much for joining me live on CBS News New York. Stay dry.